Good evening, everybody. Thursday, August 1st, 11:18 p.m. Eastern. Welcome to another videos by superareas.com. And today I would like to explain how the funded account works with every possible account that Apex offers. How the EA works, what the PA agreements are, because the previous video I did a few days back. If you go on our official channel, Limitless Wealth Enterprise, under videos, you will see I have done almost 2.5 hour video right here. superareas.com, full in-depth explanation, Apex funded account. Then I showed you another video of almost 1 hour, how I passed the 1 day 25,000. Then I did another 2 hour video explaining how the PA works. Now, these three videos focused on primarily, if you click on our superareas.com and if you click on this banner, funded account, they have many funded accounts for you. And they have, for example, Rhythmic, they have Trade-O-Wait, that's just the protocol at the back, the actual funding company. They use the Rhythmic license or Trade-O-Wait. Rhythmic is a little cheaper. Trade-O-Wait is like $4 or $5 more per month because they offer a live Trade-O-Wait dashboard that you're able to quickly close the trades. But I will now go over like step by step on every account possible, and it will apply for Rhythmic, the same, as well as Trade-O-Wait, because they're identical in terms of what you have to do, what your expectations are for EA, PA, evaluation, performance. So this will be an extensive video explaining you guys how to do every account and what you have to do, because today was August 1st. Quite a few payouts were ready, and during the live stream I was able to help few individuals get their payout ready, and hopefully they'll get approved soon. But few individuals unfortunately did not understand the 30% consistency rule, so I will explain that in full details for every plan. So all of you guys who are trading Apex funded account will have an idea on how to get started and what not to do, and make sure so all the effort that you put in doesn't go to waste. And I won't talk about static accounts, completely different video for that, but I'll just talk about like every account, 25,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, and 150 and 250, and all of their accounts. So, and I have their agreement open that once you get your PA qualified, how much you have to make, what you have to do. So I'll break it down for you so you don't have to. So there you go. This is my agreement that I signed, and I have quite a few payouts. I have quite a few PAs with them. So I've been trading with them a long time, and I'm really big fan of this particular funding company, where they provide futures data, they provide Ninja Trader Key, and their support is exceptional, and they really do pay out as long as you follow the rules. And before I begin, superareas.com, we are a trading school located in Mississauga, Ontario, and we have developed a turnkey system for new traders who have zero experience. They can come in and learn how to trade without risking your own money whatsoever, right? So we are located at 1575 Trinity Drive, Mississauga, Ontario, and we're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to approximately 3 p.m. Sometime up till 5 p.m. until the market closes if there are earnings. Saturdays we do our presentations, and we're not an investment firm. We will never ask you for money. We will never tell you where to invest. All of this is for informational and educational purposes only, and we prefer to work with funded accounts at the beginning to get you going, so you don't have to invest a single dime of your own with a real brokerage. So for those that are new, you can get started at superareas.com, and we give you 100% risk-free, and you can refer to our previous videos on how to get started with absolutely free for 14 days, and we give you all the features of we give you the Ninja Trader, the custom algos, 10 areas, Nasdaq areas, Zoom, live stream, floor, so on and so forth. But this is, and so the disclaimer is all here. We're not responsible for your wins or losses. We're not asking you for any investment. We are just coaching you on how to get started with futures trading and start part-time, and you can turn this into a full-time career with funded accounts, and you don't have to invest your own money. You can use this software from superareas.com for options, crypto, futures, stocks, indices, and precious metals, anything. This works for, it's like a GPS software. It works for any market in the world. All you need to do is just provide brokerage data, and it is a ready-made system. You don't have to design a chart. You don't have to design a line, support, resistance. Every single thing is done for you. All right, let's get into the video, and how to get started is the following. So let's pick, as usual, we have a Google Sheet that I share with everybody that talks about what super area is, how FTMO works, introduction to our whole plan, how the ATMs work, how the areas work, of course, EA, PA, cost versus benefit, everything is all there. And today I've created a new worksheet here, and we will talk about all Apex plans. So let's make it a little bit bigger. So to explain all Apex plan, how EA and PA work. Now, we are affiliated with Apex, so if you would like to get their 80% coupon code, we have it written right here on our website. You can go and click on it, and you'll be able to get the 80% off. So the code is the following: JSKDCPTR, and it helps us then create a content like this when you go through our code right here. So you'll get you right now the sale as of August 1st, 2024. What is the sale? The sale is 80% off with this code for 13 days. So, and so today is, this video is being recorded right now, August 1st, 11:27 p.m. Eastern. So you have 80% off. And 1 day pass is, and I'll explain what 1 day pass means. So let's talk about their plan: 25,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. Let's compare. So it's a full comparison video: 150,000, 250,000, and 300,000. So this is basically their plans that they offer. So this is not real money. It's, of course, fake prop money, and they want you to see if you're able to trade. So these are the plans they have. They call them 25K, 50K, 75K, 100K, 150K, 250K, 300K. And let's talk about EA first. EA evaluation or exam. or round one. So I'll talk about PA later. Okay. What do you have to do? So let me move this one column over so I have some space. So initial balance. So in your account, your target is 1,500. Let's go one more. Your target on 50,000. So I'm just making it easier for you for this sheet. So let's do one by one. The 3,000, 4,250, 6,000. So 3,000, 4,250, 6,000. I know this is 20,000. And this is 9,000. So that's the profit target. Okay. Don't need decimals. Okay, target. What does that mean? Ending balance. That your ending balance must be this. So when you are finished your EA, I believe this is 15,000. Let me just confirm one more time. Yeah, 9,000. Then you have 15,000, and then you are just 20,000. How much you can lose? Threshold 1,500, and this is 7,500. This is 6,500. Then you have 5,000, 33,000. So 5,000, 3,000, and 2,750, 2,500. 2,750, 2,500. What does threshold mean? And let me just change this word to, this is called live trailing threshold, so you guys know the word properly. So initial balance, your account will, once you get a username, password, right now, the cost. Cost as of August 1st is 80% off, whatever you see the price at the bottom. So 167 minus 80% off with the code JSKDCPTR. You will get it for $33. So this is for 1 month. If you need to take extra months, you can, of course, there is a monthly fee. So next month you'll pay $33 or maybe $37, and then you can roll over your contract into the next month of this subscription. If you cannot, for example, some users want to take these accounts and they want to take 2 months to complete. For example, right now, what I know as this is $40. And then month 2 would be 40, month 3 would be 40, so on and so forth. So some users want to complete a target of these bigger accounts to make 20,000. Sometime they want to do in a couple of months. Now contracts, how much quantity or contracts, if you would like to see, is I think I just lost my internet here. Let me come back and see what's going on. Okay, so we're back. Sorry, we had some internet connectivity problem. So let's look at the contracts again. What are they saying is there is no max daily loss, but a total loss of 1,500, 2,500. Scaling, nothing. They don't have any rules other than that. You're allowed to do mini and micro. Let's have contracts. You're allowed 4, I believe. Then you're allowed 10. Then you are allowed 12. 100K you're allowed 14. And this is, I do know I trade with 35, 17, 27, 35, 17, and 25, and 35. Of course, times 10 for mini. These are the contracts you're allowed. So if you're trading ES, mini, E-mini, you're allowed only 4 contracts. If you're trading 300K full, you're allowed 335 mini or 350 micros. Trailing threshold, I explained initial. So your account will be open with 25,000. This is what you have to make, and you cannot lose. So live trailing threshold is your max loss ever. So if you lose this amount, live trailing threshold, your account is blown. So if you spend $33, so if you lose $1,500 of your live trailing threshold, you would lose. So think of it this way: is like I explained in the previous video, is you have $1,500 of threshold and $25,000 of account balance. So I'll do it one quick video right here, one quick sidetracking my comparison. So live trailing threshold is, let's do 1,500. Initial balance is 25,000. Your goal is what? Make sure this doesn't go to 0, and make sure this is at 26,500. So if you lose money, so 26, I'll do a mathematical calculation. So right now would be 25,000. So as of today, let's do some trades. Let's do this way. Just give you an example. Trade number 1, as I explained in previous video, trade number 1, you make $100. Your balances, your ending balance is 25,100, and your live trailing threshold is at 0, because that does not exceed. So that is the maximum live trailing threshold. So it will never increase more than these amounts. So it doesn't matter how much money you make. Trade number 2. So I'll write profit 100. Trade number 2. Another profit of 300. Okay. So number 1. Number 2. 300. $0 gets added to your threshold. Trade number 3. Loss. You lost $100. You lost $100 out of your live trailing threshold. So now you only have $1,400. Let's do trade number 4. loss, $500. So in this case, so you start with $25,000 and $1,500 in your threshold. What do you have? You can lose $1,500. You have to make $1,500, right? Now, as you make money, your threshold stays maximum at $1,500, but your target goes down. So in this case, we have done 4 trades, made $100, nothing gets added to threshold. Made another $300, you don't get any bonus for adding $300 to your account in your threshold. You lost $100, of course, you lose $100 from your live trailing threshold. Trade number 4, you lost $500, and so in the first you made $400, but you lost $600. So they don't give you any reward for making the money. However, let's do trade 5, trade number 5. You make back $600. I'm going to do a little bit higher. Let's say profit of $700. You managed to make $700 in this particular trade. Nasdaq came in, you were going in with 2 contracts and things were fine. So you actually made money. Trade number 5, you made $700. Here they will not give you $700. They will only give you $600. So because this is the max live trailing threshold. So the most difficult part to grasp in majority, where every one of you at the beginning will have an issue, is let's do trade number 6. And this is the example I gave last time as well. You saw, so you were in a trade, but this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So you were in a trade, price was of ES. I'm going to give an example. ES was 54.21. On our areas, it got posted that Nasdaq ES could bounce back up from here, and which it did from 21. Our computer model predicted 20, for anywhere from 10 to 20. Anyway, so 54.21, you decided to go long based on our 15.10 or 30.20 chart or area trade or whatever. You decided to go long, and price actually ended up going to 54.25. You know how much money you would make in this case? Your P&L will say, so it's 4 points, $50 a point. Your P&L will say $200. So it's a standard trade. Now I have not closed the trade. So you are taking 4 points, and you have taken $50 per point because you were doing a 1 mini, and your P&L is showing profit and loss, showing profit of $200. So this was your entry, and this is your current ES price. Now you see $200 and you don't hit close button, or you don't decide to exit. And what happened was your entry is still 54.21. However, price dropped to 54.23. Now your P&L is at $100. But remember, the computer has seen a max profit seen or watermarked was 200. Even though right now the P&L is 100, your profit is 100, but at one point computer actually saw that you entered 54.21, you were going long, things were good, things were overbought or were sold, doesn't matter. However, you decided to take whichever method you decided to take this entry, and the current price was at that time 54.25. So 54.25, that was 4 points, and you saw 200, but you didn't take the profit, you didn't trail it, or for whatever reason, and price fell down to 54.23, and now you see $100 and you don't know, is it going to go up, back, or down? So scenario one. So case number one is you close that trade. I'll do all three cases. Case number two, case number three. So what it would happen, and actually would be four cases, that four outcomes can happen. Of course, close at $200 profit. So let's do this as trade number 6A, 6B, 6C case, 6D. So case number 6A, if you were to take 6A, you will get $200 here. You will get not any money because your threshold is maximum at $1,500. Let's say what is 6B? And 6B was that you close at $0. You price comes back to 54.21. So 54.21 price came back. You saw $0. So 6B would get recorded like this: 0 minus 200. And this will throw you guys off. And you're like, what the hell happened here? Why? I didn't lose any money. I went in at 54.21. I got out at 54.21. I made no points and I saw $0. Why did my threshold went down? This is called live trailing threshold, which means in a case where you saw zero, where you didn't lose any money, break even. So this is a profitable trade. This is break even scenario, and you close it at 0, and they will deduct $200 from, because you saw $200. This is called greed control, meaning take profits, take some profit. So greed control. So they will put a discipline that you must know what your entry is, you must know what your stop loss is, you must know where your TP is, and average is questionable. I won't talk about it at the moment. So they want you to train your, like, psychologically, and say, all right, you're going in a trade. We want to see you, what entry you're taking, what method. All right, you're taking overbought, oversold, you're taking diversion, you're taking a gap trade, you're taking a mid-band, low of the bar, area, doesn't matter what trade, however you take it, whatever strategy you use to take a trade. You saw 54.25 and you decided not to close this profit, and they're going to deduct that and penalize you on that greed, that you have no idea how much TP you're going to take, right? So entry, yes, you took. Stop loss, do you have that in mind? I don't know. Every person should. TP, you should also have that. So scenario number 2, break even, and you would actually lose $200. So let's do another profit, but only close at $100 profit. How would 6C get written? 6C would get written as this: that you made 100, but you lost 100. Because again, they gave you saw a maximum profit of 200, but you only took $100. And so they will give you how much you took, how much you exited. You maybe exited at 54.23. So you made $2. So whatever, it will get deducted from the maximum point that you have seen. Now there's another case scenario that, all right. So case scenario is, of course, a pure loss. You now close at minus 100. So you actually lost. Price actually, whatever happened, news came in, and you can actually trade the news in EA accounts, no problem. So you actually lost money. So in the 6D, the price went to what, 54 and 19. So you ended up losing $100. Yeah, so the 6D, so let me do 6D in this case. 6D, they will write as minus $100 and minus $300. And again, in this case, the profit started from 200. So 200, and you actually booked $100 in loss, but realistically, you had seen a $200 profit, you didn't take it, so it takes from the highest value. So wherever you were in the highest value of profit, that's how much money you lose. Now, price, another case, let's do 6E. Case number 5, sorry. So close at $200 profit after seeing minus $100. So you don't close the profit. So back to 200. So at any of this, you price is coming down, going back up, coming down, going back up, and it is now back to 54.25. And you decide to close the trade now, and 6E would be, of course, they will give you the $200 and they will not give you any threshold on back, because you already have a $1,500. But if you were down in a threshold, then they will reward you. So if your threshold was $1,200 and you made another 200, yes. So this is the maximum threshold they will have. So these are the scenarios. Of course, any trade, you either close in profit, you close at break even, you close in lower profit than the maximum profit. Of course, you close at a loss, or you close the trade based on the price has gone back up to your $200 mark. Now, final scenario, 6F, case number 6. You close at $250 profit. Now, the highest watermark has become 250. So if you go and decide to go 6F, 250, $0. Why? Because you have a maximum threshold of $1,500. So I hope these cases, so from 6A to 6F, you guys can watch my video over and over, repeat, and go rewind and see if 6 cases, so more than $200. So I'm just giving a break even, not a break, like the full in terms of the numbers, round numbers, to make the calculations easier. So these are the 6 cases. If I were to write fully 6A, 6B, 6B, 6C, 6D, and let me do one more thing here. To make it easier. Six F. 6F. So these are the possible scenarios on a single trade. Case number 1. So again, case number 1 was you saw you entered 54.21 to go long. Price went to 54.25. 6A would be you saw $200, but you had already $1,500 of threshold, so you gained $0. 6, let me do it again. So 6A, you saw $200 and everything is normal, and they will give you $0 in threshold because your threshold is 100% at full threshold. Case number 2, break even. You closed it at $0, 6B. They give you $0 in your added to your balance, but they will deduct $200 from your threshold. 6C. Now remember, same scenario. We'll just add it the total, right? So 6C. You decided to do close at $100, so they will give you $100. However, they will deduct $100 because you sign maximum of $200. 6D would be that, of course, you took a loss of $100, so you have taken a loss of $100, but your threshold, live trailing threshold, has gone down by 300 because you saw maximum profit of 200, but you lost $100 more, so your total adds up to 300. Case number 4. Case number 5, 6E. You're back up to 200, and of course you will gain nothing. But because if I'm repeating this as a individual trade, you will gain actually $200 because your trailing threshold. I've just decided to do individual. That's why you will see they will give you back $200. Another case is you see 250, and in this case they will give you 250 back because you will make that threshold back. But of course this is one single trade, so you gotta take them individually. So, and if you, to summarize it, based on trade number 6, from 6 different scenarios within that trade, the outcome would be different based on how much threshold you have, based on how the transaction takes place. So if you have a maximum threshold, they will not add anything in these 2 cases. If you have a less threshold and you make profit, they will add, but they will deduct. What is more important is for example, you break even, or if you have a loss, how much loss will you acquire? So it's not a loss from initial balance, it is loss from your trailing threshold. So this particular thing, actually, I will copy the actual scenario to another sheet so you guys can easy to understand based on these Google charts. So I will delete all of these scenarios. So you can just add your own thing. Okay, you have a full threshold. This is your balance right now. Your ending balance has to go to 26,500. So 26,500, and how much you have to now make. You only have to make $1,000, but you can lose $1,500. So your ratio at the beginning is 1-to-1, and it decreases as you go in a different plan. So this is to explain the live trailing threshold. So I will make a sheet called threshold. So this explains you how the threshold works. So maximum live threshold is 1,500, 2,500, 2,750, 3,000, 5,000, 65, and so based on each plan, they have a different target. Your ending balance has to be before you pass the evaluation or exam account or round 1 or however you call it. This is how you have to do. Didn't spell evaluation, I thought so. Okay. All right, what else to watch for? So you can take as low as 1 day to pass. Okay, days to pass. Days to pass. 1+. Of course, you can take 1 year to pass, but then you'll pay 1 year of subscription per month on each account. You can pass it in 1 day right now, as of today, if you use the code JSKDCPTR as of August 1st, it's 1 day to pass. You can pass 1 day. If you make $20,000 here, now if this account goes to 27,000, doesn't matter. If you can take this to 100,000, your goal is to get to 26,500. Not even $1 more. You can, it's fine, but there's no reason to put any effort. I generally, by the time I get to 26,300, I start doing more micros, and my goal is just to get to the finish line. Finish line is this. As long as you get to this, your EA is passed and you move into round number 2. So I hope everybody understands how the EA roles are. So your agreement explains account sizes. I will paste it here. So you have to, I'll paste them right here. So 25,000 for, this is from their actual agreement from their website. Don't worry about this number. It's not 23,500, 27. So this number is just the initial starting stage. That if you went from 26,500 to 23,500, that would be a loss of $1,500 threshold. So if you took this minus, if you lost threshold, your account would be, if you took the initial balance of 25,000 and you lost 1,500, your account balance will go down to 23,500. Of course, how do they come up with 47.5? Of course, 50,000 minus 3,000 is minus 2,500 would be your 47,500. I don't care about these numbers whatsoever. For me, what is most important is the threshold. As long as you can maintain your threshold and get to this ending balance, because that's the initial balance as you start. That if you decided to go below 23,500, your account will get blown. I hope everybody understands this now, that this is the round 1 evaluation, not PA, nothing like that. So 25,000, 50,000, 75,000. This is what you have to make in order to go into round number 2. You can take as many days to take it, to pass it, 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, 30 days, 100 days. But if you cross, so if I decide to buy something on August the 1st, right? So I'm just gonna write something that if August the 1st I bought this, September 1st, 2024, they will charge me another renewal fee. If my account is blown and they charge me my renewal fee, it will get reset automatically. If my account even have a $1 threshold, which is like practically a dead account, or even like $100 threshold, they will roll over into a new month. And some users, if you don't plan to continue, just make sure you watch your renewal date and you cancel the account before, and then you won't be charged for the second month. Users like me sometimes want to take a couple of months to finish, or 3 months or something to finish the 20,000. So you'll pay 1 month, 2 month, 3 months fees to get to your target. So that's how their initial evaluation works. Now let's look at their agreement and go down. The company will open an account. It says contract is fully responsible for canceling the account. They will not be able to help you in terms of they won't refund if you don't cancel it. So make sure you have to understand, and you understand what a max drawdown is for each account. You have to cancel yourself. Your card will be automatically charged if you have some money sitting in an account and your account doesn't go through. Your account will be canceled if you don't make any more money. There's no reason to make an EA account. You don't need to worry about it in the EA. Just make sure you get to passing it. Now, once you have done this is round one. 50,000. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I want everybody to understand. Round one is only requirement is open up the account balance at 25,000, get to 26,500 and qualified for PA. 50,000, get to 53,000, get your PA. 75, make 4250. I believe 79,250. So yes, 75,000 is 75,000. Yes, 4250 profit goal, and threshold is, so don't lose 2750. In this case, make 100,000 is make 6,000, but don't lose 3,000. 150K, make 9 grand, but you cannot lose more than 5 in a threshold. Not a 5 as a loss. Everybody at the beginning says, you know what? I was for 25,000 and then I made $500 more. I now have 25,000. Will it go to 1,500 plus 500? No. This becomes your highest point of losing the money. So as you climb the ladder, this is just follows it to the maximum this. You cannot lose a maximum of this amount ever within your evaluation period. And I'll talk about how PA has this rule gone after you get to a certain level. For PEA, so maximum threshold available to you is this number. So it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's not like if you made $500 on trade number one, that you have an ability to lose 1,500 plus 500. No, your maximum is 1,500 because that is the maximum they allow. And that's it. Once you have now gone into your EA to PA, watch my previous video how I passed my EA. Now I got into a PA. You will do a signature on their website. You will do a sign with your driver license or your passport, because we're out of Canada. Different countries have different form IDs that you have up to upload, and you have to send your picture in. And now you will get qualified for PA. PA. Let's do PA now. Extensively, I will explain the rules for PA. Of course, no news. Don't trade during the news. And I have 30% rule. And I'll copy some rules from right here. So maximum loss, trade micros. These are some. Don't do dollar cost average. That's not even though they allow $1 cost average, but you can see my PA goals on how to do a $25,000. But I won't get into how to pass, but I will explain the idea of this video is to kind of explain how Apex plans and what you have to make. And so in PA, so you manage to get to your PA. So same thing starts. 100% same thing starts. However, before a payout, a few things change. So I will copy every single thing into a PA, into an EA. Let's bold this. And let's do this PA, and let me put a line through it so you guys can easily see what I mean. Okay. PA. The target this time changes. So This is the same, but your profit goals to get paid is your threshold. Now days to pass. Days to pass changes to days to before payout. Minimum days. Just minimum, not maximum. 10 or plus. So that changes to 10 plus days. 10 plus doesn't have to be consecutive. You can trade Monday, not trade Tuesday, trade Wednesday, not trade. So it doesn't have to any 10 trading days. If you start after 6 p.m., that counts as the next day. So any 10 trading days and you will get a payout. Now your end balance before a payout. So this is end balance to pass, end balance to get payout. Okay. I will change this completely. It is your threshold. Easy. Plus target is threshold plus $100. Very, very easy. So threshold plus 100. Plus 100, plus 100, plus 100, plus 100. So what does that mean? At the beginning, you have no expiration, guys. So I'll write some rules. No expiry. If you pay lifetime fees, if paid lifetime fee at the checkout, then you have 10 plus days to get payout. Of course, 30% rule. I will explain what that means and we'll break it down for every plan. No news. Don't trade during news. Close trades at 4:59 p.m. Eastern. 100% must, guys. Eastern. Just want to always spell check, otherwise I'll get comments saying, hey. So close trades at 4:59 p.m. Eastern. Don't trade news. 30% consistency rule. 10 days to get a payout. Any 10 days, no expiration. So what is now you have a PA. Congratulations. You are actually funded. Any money that you make in this account belongs to you. You can get a payout after 10 days. You can get your payout in 100 days, 200 days, 1,000 days, doesn't matter. But the goal is to turn this 25,000 into 26,600 and you will get a payout. Turn 50,000 into 52,600 and get a payout. Turn 75,000 into 77,850, get a payout. So you basically, what is your target in round number 2 is your threshold plus $100. So your threshold was 1,500. You just gotta get to your own threshold. And now threshold headache. So it should start says max threshold headache. I write this way. Threshold headache stops at threshold plus $100. What does that mean? Remember in the previously I told you EA threshold, EAPA threshold, that you have this scenario. All of this nonsense of live trailing threshold finishes the moment your account balance goes to 600. 26,600. When you get to 300, when you have made 7,600 in your 300,000, you're ready for a payout, and you can actually, you don't have to worry about this headache of live trailing threshold. So any money you add to it, you see 100, you close it at 50, they don't deduct that anymore. But this is your minimum balance to either get a payout or your threshold headache is gone, particularly after this. So let's read on how much money. So look, it says how much to get a withdrawal, required minimum to. So 26,600 as I wrote, 52,600, 77,850, 103,000, 155,100, 256,600, 307,600. So basically, it's a very, very, very simple formula. Whatever your threshold is, add $100. That's how much you want to get to before you can request a payout. And it says in their agreement, required. Let me make the font a little bit bigger. So this is their font. Let me make this slightly bigger. Okay. Where were we? Okay. So PA. You guys can go through the whole agreement on their website. I'll post it on superareas.com. So what are they saying? So whatever, to get to your account balance on each, 25,000, make sure you get to 26,600, 52 as I wrote it. And the formula is whatever your threshold is, add $100 to it. 20, and this is you're ready for a payout. Now you are happy you got to this, so they're gonna see no dollar cost average. Please don't do that, and that you'll be safe. You haven't done an average, things are okay, and you want to get paid now. You're excited. You did round one, you managed to get into round two. How do I get a payout, and how much payout am I allowed? Let's see. So it talks about the maximum withdrawal amount you can get. So anywhere from, let's say, $500. I'll say it says the minimum withdrawal amount for any size account is $500. And look, you must be trading minimum 10 days, right? What is maximum? The maximum is the following, right here. So let's do a minimum. How much money can I get request? Minimum, so let me just change the format to all my cell. Now this is where it gets very exciting. Time to get minimum payout request on each account is 500. 500, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. So this is $500. Okay. Maximum. Payout request. So maximum is 1,500 for your 25,000. 50,000 maximum, $2,000. You can't request, even though you have made 2,600, but you can only pull out maximum of 2,000. How much maximum I can do here? 2,250. How much maximum I can pull out of 100,000? 2,500. How much can I take out of the 150,000? 2,750. How much can I take out from 250? $3,000 and $3,500. So this is the minimum amount that once your account balance reaches these amounts, that you're ready for a payout based on your account size. Minimum amount 500, maximum amount 3500. This is where it becomes very, very interesting on how do you trade daily. Now let's do a 30% rule. 30% rule. You decide to take, let's do one more thing. Before I get to a 30%, what will be my balance after the payouts? If you decide to take, so your account balance is, let's say it's at 26,600. I don't know. Everybody's account balance is going to be different. Some get to 28,000, some get to 29,000, some get to 30,000. It all depends on your account. This is the minimum. I'm talking about minimum balance in your account before you can request a payout. You can go beyond this. Yes, in a PA account, you can make more money. If you decide to make $200 a day in 10 days, that's $2,000. That's more than $1,600. You get qualified to get a payout. It really depends on your trading style, but you should keep one thing in your mind, that you should trade with a 30% consistency. Let's read their 30% consistency rule. Lots of agreements that did. Okay, this is there. At the time of withdrawal, the amount cannot consist more than 30% of a single trading day from the day you open the account. It says if you exceed more than 30%, you will be penalized and you got to keep building your balance up, right? So, to stay within the 30% rule, it is very, very easy to do this. I'll give you the very easy secret formula that I use. If I decide to take $1,500, their maximum payout, what is the 30% of 1,500? $1,500 times 30. $450. 30% if max payout. 30% if min payout. So if I decided to go and only withdraw $500 from my account, I have to make sure that I have not made more than $150 per day in my $25,000 account. And that's how it will apply. So it will be consistent for every single account. So because their minimum payout request is $500, so if you make $7,600 and you decide to take out only $500, you have to make sure not a single day you made more than $150. Then you won't have any troubles whatsoever. If you decide to take the maximum amount of money out, so let's say you decide to take out $1,500, what they allow on this account, $25,000. Make sure in your 10-day period, not a single day you exceeded more than $450. 600, 675, 750, 825, 900, and 1,050. So this is the maximum money that you can make, or you should make, if you decide to do a maximum request. If you decide to do a minimum request of 500, then you will take. So stay within these two numbers, guys. So 150 to 450. And before you are ready for payout, make sure you don't pick a minimum, because if one day you have done, make sure if you decide to go minimum of $500 of a payout, that you analyze that not a single day you have exceeded more than 150. Because some users will say, well, I made $7,600. I don't need money. I'm only going to take $500 out of it. They're just going to say, all right, you want $500? Did any day you made more than 150? They're going to deny it. So my secret to success with Apex has been to keep it very, very within their boundaries and limits, and not go over through any issues with the payout. Never had an issue. Got my consistent payouts. 30%. I will not make more than $150, but I will not exceed more than these values, because my maximum payout on my 300,000 is 3,500. I want to make sure not a single day I make more than 1,050 to make this easier for everybody. So 1,050, if this account size is too, because I've had users in one day, they are trading. I had a user today, and he was ready for a payout, and I'm like, show me your consistency. And then when I saw the chart of 10 days, he's like, okay, I'm done my 10 days. And I'm done my target. I made like $9,000 in my account. His requirement was only 5,100. And he's like, well, I was trading every day, and one day I made $3,500. Oh, you will get denied, because $825 was your maximum that you were allowed to make. So this is the very, very disciplined rule that you gotta do. 25,000 minimum, make 150 on. If you decide to withdraw, only 500. But if you decide to withdraw your maximum amount, you are going to be able to. And I will make a tool for this on my superareas.com. You will plug in the numbers and it will give you the results. So next couple of days, if you go under Apex, just type in your current balance and it will say, all right, so if you have $28,000, how much you want to withdraw. It will give you a full live analysis of your it doesn't connect to your Apex account. It just looks at these values and hard-coded. And as you see here is, so $450 is the maximum I recommend everybody to do on a 25,000, 50,600, 75,675, and so on and so forth. If you're doing a $300,000 account, don't exceed making more than 30. Now, what happens if you take out money? Okay, so what happens to your account when you take? Of course, this is PA. Most people don't want to do another PA. If you decide, so I'm going to write min payout and max payout. So your account balance after minimum payout. Your account balance got to 26,600. You decided to take out $500. You only have $26,100 left in your account. So same thing. This is the amount you will be left with when you have pulled out. But more than that, this is to me is not important, because this value stays constant, which is, again, if you want to get out another payout, which would be round 2 payout, would be these values, because you have to get to another 26,600 before you request another payout. So this never changes. always, before you request a payout, this has to be your account balance. You have to make sure you have traded 10 days. So every payout, let's do it even, doesn't matter, 10th payout. Every payout, make sure you have never done a dollar cost average. Not recommended. You have closed the trades. You have not traded the news. You have done 10 days and you follow 30%. And threshold, of course, stops at that. So every payout is the same rule right here. So this is your payout amount the second time. So I have decided to take out $500. My account balance is $26,100, and my threshold after payout min, and I will do maximum. So 26.6, my threshold is only 26,100. So your threshold, how much money you have taken out, your 1,600 minus 500. So this is your now threshold that is left in your account. I know this video kind of is getting a little bit more confusing for some users, but I'll be able to help. My whole team knows this inside out, and we deal with this every day, and I can explain you how that works. Now, if you decided to take a max payout, which is $1,500, your account balance is $26,600, you decided to take $1,500 out, you're left with $25,100, and then I will explain how much if you have taken out. $2,600 minus, sorry, 1,600 minus 50. You only have $100 left in your account balance if you decide to pull everything out. Okay, hopefully that makes sense of what I've written. Let's go over it one more time. Your account balance was $25,000. You managed to make $1,600. Your account balance became, now it could be 17. Remember, guys, I'm just doing this to their exact figure before you get qualified for a payout. Your account balance could be 1,800, 19, 2,000, but these are minimum target before you get qualified for a payout. That minimum have made $1,600 within 30% rule. So 2,600, 2,850, and you get qualified. So your account balance started at 25,000. You managed to put in $1,600. You are at 26,600, and you are now. You said, all right, I've done the 10 days of trading. I did not do a dollar cost average. I was a very good trader. I didn't trade the news, and I follow the 30%. Now I want to get payout. So you have an option. You can get minimum $500. Doesn't matter the account size. You have a maximum. Maximum is, again, 25,000. 1,500 is the maximum you can pull out. 50,000 maximum is 2,000. 75,000 maximum is 2,250. 25, 2,753. That's the maximum amount Apex will pay per one pay period on that account size. So if you were to pull out the maximum amount, make sure you have not traded more than 450 per day, 600 per day, 675 maximum per day, 750 per day, 825 per day, 900 per day, and 1,050 per day maximum. So stay within these guys, maximum, minimum. Now, what happens when they have approved your payout and your account balance was 26,600 or 25, so you were ready. Now, if you pulled out $1,500 maximum, $1,500, you will only be left with $100 of threshold. If you pulled out in a $50,000 account, if you pulled out the maximum amount of $2,000, you only have $600 left. Let me fill in the remaining. So your account balance will come down to it. And of course, all these values you can change based on, I will make a grid like this on superareas.com, so you can just enter it and it will give you a live nice calculation on Apex. And since Apex is the biggest funded company that we know of in the world, so it'll be much easier for you to just enter, plug in your values, and it will give you, based on your value, it will give you an exact fine calculation. But I'm just giving you a guideline of their rules. So you only have $100 left in your account. You only have $600 left. You only have, again, you take 600. So if you pull out the maximum they allow you is 2,000, you had 2,600, you pull out, only got 600 left. If you pull out, you did 2,850 and you pulled out 2,250, you got $600 left. You made 3,100, you pulled out 2,500, you got 600 left. Now here it gets a little bit exciting because you managed to make 5,100 in your PA and you pulled out 2,750. That's the only thing you have left. If you made 6,600 and you pulled out 3,000, you only have $3,600 left. Now you have $4,100 left if you pulled out the maximum. If you pulled out only 500, you have to make sure that you didn't make 150. So this is all relative to this. How much do you want to pull out and how much money you have made. So as long as your request of your payout follows how much money you made each day. So that would be the best format. Minimum $150 if you don't decide, and maximum these values. Now what happens to this $100? You say, all right, I made $26.60 and only have $100 left. Not enough. Sometime your account is gonna get blown instantly. I've many times I've pulled out the full amount, and $100 is not enough to lift it again to 20. So then again I gotta make how much again to do a pullout? Of course I gotta make 100 plus my trailing threshold. So before next payout, make $1,600. So your account balance must be, I have to bring my account balance back up to 26,600. In this case, I gotta make, so I've pulled out, so it was a $50,000 account and I pulled out 2,000. I only have 2,600 left. So how much money I gotta make? So again, I gotta go to 2,600 minus 600. I gotta make $2,000 again before I get qualification. So 1,600 minus 100. So I have to make $1,500 again to get a payout one more time. Same idea here. So before I get qualification for round number 2, I gotta make this amount of money back. And to stop live trailing threshold. So when I make, again, my account balance was $100 left. I make another $1,500. My account balance would go back up to 26,600. My live trailing threshold stops. So whatever you pull out, you got to put back in order to So any amount that you pull out, you gotta put it back in to stop your threshold. If you pulled out, of course, 500, you gotta put that money back in. I mean, you have to earn back, or you have to make profitable trades too. So any amount before the next payout would be this particular amount before the next payout, before you're able to get another payout. So round 2, round 3 are relatively easily once you understand the concept. But I know most people mess up. Either they request too little or too much, and they don't fall within the 30% rule. It's very easy if you just close your eyes and just know, hey, if I want $500 from that account, I better not make more than 150. If I want to make $3,500 on my 300,000, I better not make more than 1,050. If I have a $50,000 account, I better not make more than $600 in a single day, so my payout is not denied. So just follow this matrix and you'll be fine. And hopefully that explains, once you go into round 2, whatever amount of money that you pull out is, then before you get to your next, you have to earn again, get to your account balance to this particular number of your threshold to get to qualification again, and over and over and over you keep. So get to 7,600 and do another payout, and so on and so forth for each account. Before you request a payout, your account balance must be this. So get to 26,600 again in your 10 days again, pull out 500, pull out 1,500, your choice. And that's it. Just repeat, rinse and repeat over and over and over and again. You take a $25,000 account, you make 1,500, you pull out 15, you pull out 500, you decide to make 150 again, and you will see your account keeps growing, and your threshold will, as long as, guys, trading is discipline and greed control. Trading is easy, especially with our system. We give you the areas, we give you overbought, oversold RSI, we give you the Renko bars, we give you a turnkey system where you turn on and everything is ready. What it is stick within this. Pick your account size, stick to this, trade for 10 days. And honestly, if you had a $300,000 account and you decide to make $150 a day, so in order to get to 7,600, so let's do a matrix here. So I'm going to list each account. So if you decided to take $150 a day and you trade it for 10 days, you will make $1,500. If you decided to take $450 every day for 10 days, you will make $4,500. And I'll do the same for 50,000. Of course, that amount does not change because minimum is 150. So 150 times 10 is 1,500 across the board. So if you were to make $150 a day on any size of account, you will only make $1,500 in 10 days or plus. How long would it take you to get to your target? Let's do that math. So your target has been, so what is my target? Targets. What is my target is this number, 1,600, all these accounts. So that's my target. Minimum and maximum per day. So if I made 450 in this case would be 450, 600, 675, 825, 900, 1050. And max per day, minimum per day is 150. It's the same for all of you. If you did for 10 days of trading, you will have only $1,500 in each account. If you did the maximum limit for 10 days, this is the account balance you would have. So every day you decide to make 450, and of course, so 10 days, max per day. 10 days, min per day. So every day I decide to make only $150, I will make 150 times 10. If I decided to make 450 per day, I will have an account balance of $4,500. What would be my balance if this was the math? If I decided to make 300 a day, so just remember, minimum 150, and don't cross this maximum in single day of your 10 days or 20 days or 30 days or 50 days or 100 days. Doesn't matter how much, just don't exceed this number to make it much easier for you. So if you had $4,500, you took out $1,600, your account balance would be left with $2,900. If you had $6,000, you took out 20. How much maximum they will give you? Give me a second. 4,500. Max payout they will give you is 1,500. So you got $3,000 left. You got $4,000 left. So if you made 400, if you in this case you took 1,050 and you traded for 10 days and you made 10,500, you pulled out $3,500, you still have $7,000 in your account, and so on and so forth. Because it depends on how much you want to make per day, how much you want to pay out, how many days you want to trade. It's all relative, but I'm just giving you their outline of how their system works. Stick to these values, please. $1,500 is the maximum payout, and $3,500 is the maximum payout for 300,000. So as long as you stick to this, you will be fine. No issues whatsoever. So don't have a spike. Here's the good news though. I'll tell you the good news. Let's say you were down $500 and you managed to go back up to, then you can make more money. And it's the end of the day P&L. So your realized profit cannot go more than $450. So if you were down $300 and you made $700, don't worry about it. It's fine. So you can go down and come back and recover your losses, but as long as you don't exceed the upper boundary of this per day. You can go down $1,000, come back up, make $2,000 within the same day. You are allowed. But end of the day, your P&L cannot exceed this. Of course, you went down $1,000 in a bigger account. Things can happen. You recovered like $800, plus you make another $500. It's okay. You are within that 30. As long as end of the day at 5 p.m. you decide to go not exceed more than these numbers, you're fine in that one particular day. Don't have a spike that in a 25,000 account, don't make like $900 in a day. Like, stick to these values, please. Most users that we have, subscribers worldwide, are able to do $100 to $200 a day on a 25,000 account. So an average of, let's say, like $150 a day. If you decide to do 150 for 10 days, you will have 1,500. So don't do for 10 days, do for 20 days, no problem. Make $3,000 and then withdraw 1,500. Just don't exceed these guys. This is the key of the 30% consistency. So do your own math based on your balance, how much balance you have. I will make this automatic. So all you have to do is just enter your account balance and just type in a number, and it will give you the full calculation based on your. So the moment you will change it, it will give you that, hey, but this stays fixed. So stick to these values, please. So hopefully, guys, this video explains. If I've missed out anything, just send me a message and I'll try to record another short video. But EA don't even care about making $505. It doesn't require. All we care about is making $26,500. In sometime you're in a trade, you make a little bit extra and you just qualify and pass. As long as you get to this target, you are able to. This is your target. So 300,000 in an EA, you're gonna make 20,000. Round two, you only have to make what is available for you. So you're taking their threshold and what they give you as a bonus at the beginning, and you're changing it with your own profit that you make. And that's it. To make sure you replicate your trades and consistency size. Contract size, guys, don't keep changing from mini to micro. Stick to micro, stick to minis. Just make sure you understand that. Stick to. Don't try to place with their system. They're pretty strict now. And now dollar cost average, they're allowed to do a dollar average once. And you're allowed to do once within that one trade. Don't it says permitted use case scenario. So I will upload this agreement. You can read it properly. DCA, how that is allowed. And that's it. Hedging and correlated. And most of the time they will not allow to hedge. There's no hedging in PA whatsoever. It's not that you can short ES and go long on Dow. So you have to only use directional trading. You can't be doing just to recover. You can't hedge, and you have to make sure you follow your stop losses. They're not mental stop losses. And that's it. Risk to reward ratio. So we read through it, and they're not monitoring your trades in a mental stops. You don't have to put any physical stops, things like that. What else? Anything else that we need to worry about? No. I think we're okay. Automation, we are fully compliant. We have nothing. Every users, you have to close your own trades. News trading is not allowed whatsoever in PA. Max contracts, you're fine. And don't do any crazy sort of. Don't make more than one account. Just stick to one email, one like that. And that's it. What else? High volatilities. There's delays, so they want to be. No share of a MAC address. Don't give your account to anybody to trade. We have an easy to use system. You guys can follow our charts and graphs and indicators, and you will. And sometimes they would ask you for recordings. That's been normal. One of our students has to do it, and he was he successfully got paid, and he recorded the selfie that, hey, I'm trading myself. Nobody's sitting on my hat, and nobody. Don't give your IDs to anybody, so you agree to their terms and conditions. So trade logs, you gotta make sure that you keep it. Tradeaway keeps a log on their website, so you don't have to worry about it. And they can do a Zoom. I haven't seen a single student of ours requested a Zoom yet, but maybe if you're requesting 30, 40, 50,000 Payout, they may ask you to see how you're trading, and that's it. And I know it's a big contract, but I've read quite a few, and it's pretty generic. And they're looking for traders, guys. Like, I mean, honestly speaking, and that's what we offer you here too. Is this is trading is not gambling. Just don't risk your own money at the beginning when you come to futures trading. And at superareas.com, we can teach you how to trade, how to go, how to read a chart, how to enter. And we have all these videos that it kind of explains you how do you get started with the chart reading. For example, if you decide to go long, short, this is a mid band, this is how you put a stop losses, diversion line, RSI, how to enter, how to exit. And we have extensive videos, and it's not a one-man show. We have a team of at least 10, 12 people worldwide that help you understand how the whole system is. The benefit of our system is that it's a software that is ready to go. You don't have to do anything. Just learn the basics and go from there. So it kind of explains step by step on. This is the YouTube video that kind of explains that I take on, hey, how to read a chart, what is this diversion line, zero line, how do you put a limit order. So we have extensive videos that can help you get on this journey and make trading full-time, starting for part-time. And this is where Apex and our partnership comes in, and we're promoting it heavily. So you don't have to invest. So your risk is $40 maximum. So you don't need any money. Oh, sorry, not even 40. Sometimes it goes as low as $16 when they have 90% off. So use our code JSKDCPTR. If you want to learn more, you can go to our official channel, and lots of videos are there. And we do Saturday presentations, 6 hours videos that me and other mentors talk about how futures trading is, how to pass, how to sign up. Like, so for example, we have a superareas.com full in-depth explanation on how the whole system works, that I show you with my own card, step by step, that how to make a payment, where to click, how to watch it. So, you know, we spend quite a bit of time, and we started this video at, I believe, 11:27. It's almost 90 minutes, so it's almost 1 a.m. here Eastern. And tomorrow, Friday, we go back to our office so my job here is to coach you step by step on how to do this, and I explain how everything is done, how to take a code, how to copy, paste, how to enter, how to set up trade await. All of this is available for you, that you're able to like, share, subscribe, and you can follow us so you get more videos like this. And hopefully that explains everything, how to do it. And I will write some code on superareas.com, just like we have a code that I've been working on superareas.com for Nasdaq. So with the Nasdaq daily analysis, you're able to kind of see if Nasdaq hits to a certain number. You can just type in, it will give you a visualization. So let's say 20,600, and we are working very soon with Dow Jones if Nasdaq does move a direction. And we got lots of tools for you to come on board. And for example, today, all the areas, you had the news, you had the earnings, and tomorrow the market for today. So we have quite a few tools for you to understand how futures market works. Come check us out at superareas.com, and you're able to watch our videos. We have a full plan for you to get into. So we'll give you the algo, we'll give you 10 markets predictions, of course, live Nasdaq help that I do trade with. We have a private Zoom, private live stream. Of course, you can walk into our office and sit down and chat with other traders and see what strategies they use. So we have WhatsApp and Telegram channels, of course, in-depth study videos, and PDF documents and how the funded account works. We give you some discounted codes, seminars, and so on and so forth. I know it's been a long video and a lot of this has been repetitive, but I like to go in every single detail to explain that how things work, so nothing is left for you, and how our pricing model is, how you can become a member, how much monthly fee there is, and everything is explained over and over and over at our why do we use Bullnox? There are a lot of countries where Apex is not supported, so we have Bullnox, which is similar to Apex. We have our own code there that you can use, and those that then graduate from they don't want to do it with Ninja, then they go into FTMO. It's again some company that we are affiliated with, and you're able to use CFDs and trade CFDs as well, and maybe on cash or spot prices on these, and follow the futures. So here we have web chat. So I will make Apex agreement link here and Apex tool. So it will give you a live ability to kind of calculate and check everything very soon. So again, thank you very much for listening to this video, and we appreciate your support, and we like the ideas that you bring forward to make a video. And I will see you guys again very soon. Take care. Have a good night.